So this is the link, and ideally, we will have this discussion going on for next 30 to 40 minutes. So that will cover basics of LinkedIn, why we use LinkedIn, how it can be useful for us, and if you have certain queries, we can solve them, and we will prove how LinkedIn is can be really good for your career. So yeah, that is really important. Being a professional, getting connected with like-minded people, people from different organizations, it is really important. And without connections, we can't really survive in professional world. So it's really important for us to get connected. And since LinkedIn is a tool, we must know how to leverage it properly. So we need to have better understanding of the tool, and that's what we are going to start with in our first LinkedIn session. So if you can just click on the link and can submit your details, then each of us can get connected. Like we have Samir, Sanjay, and Satya. So yes, for now we have just 4 people, and soon we will have more people. So name can be here, email ID, and LinkedIn profile URL. Like I'm Gaurang, the email ID is gaurang@gaurang.me, and how to find LinkedIn URL? It is very simple. You just have to go to top, and then you have to copy, and then you have to go to your file and then paste that URL. So at times when you are sending emails, it should be there in your email as a signature, so that more and more people to whom you are sending emails can see your LinkedIn profile, can read about it, and can get connected with you. So always have this thing in your mind that you have to get connected with more and more people. Doesn't matter if they are related to your domain, because eventually each and every person has, let's say, 100 to 500 connections, and if they like or comment on your status, instantly all those people who are already connected with that particular person will receive some kind of notification, and that is really very beneficial. Um, and when you post any status on LinkedIn, and if 10 of those connections like or engage with your post, then your reach increases. So what is reach? We will also understand that. Okay, so I opened one book of LinkedIn, so it has uh, so many topics, and I will cover one of each of them, like what all we can possibly do. So LinkedIn is a great platform for getting connected with professional people. So it's sort of Facebook, but Facebook is very personal, and you normally connect with people you are close to, like friends and families. While LinkedIn is a professional network in which you get connected with people who are working professionals or who are students. So each and every stage of a professional world, you will find people from each of these stages. So like I have experience of 4 or 5 years in working in 4 different companies. Many of you are having experience of more than 20 years, 30 years, or maybe 2 year. So everyone is different, and everyone has different career path. And to read about their career path, the best place is to visit someone's profile, LinkedIn profile, and then scrolling down to it, you will see this experience. And the latest experience is always on the top, while the old experiences are listed below those. So that is in the uh, date wise order. So latest is on the top, while the oldest is in the bottom. So the top one is the designation, then the company name, company's logo is on the right, on is on the left, then the duration through which the person actually worked in the organization, and what kind of role they performed, what kind of responsibilities they had in the previous organization. So you can understand what kind of background that person holds. So if there is a consistent uh, role, then that means that that person is very focused uh, towards that particular goal, domain. So that's a interesting observation which you can have. And it's it's great to observe at least 20 to 40 profiles which can be similar to your domain, or which cannot be similar to your domain. So you should discover more and more people's profile, because you will learn a lot from their journeys. And you can also add certification, which actually adds value in terms of it builds confidence in the viewer's mind that okay, you are certified by some big organization. So like I have the certification from Oracle, so it makes your profile powerful. So it's really good to have. So if you have earned some kind of certificate from your organization, please mention those, or please add those in under this media section. Then comes the education section, wherein all the degrees of yours can be mentioned. So, like we all are pursuing MBA from Narsi Monchi, so you don't need to mention that you are doing that distance course. If you can only mention that you are pursuing the course from Narsi Monchi, that's perfectly valid. Uh, and then your all degrees, the duration of these degrees can be there. In case you are too shy or you don't want to um, exhibit your true year of graduation, then you don't have to mention that. It's not a necessity in on LinkedIn. Then in case you are doing some kind of voluntary work, then it's nice to mention those. It's really it catches people's attention normally in the Western countries, but in India also, since CSR has come up, um, people actually value these kind of contributions which you do to communities. And this is a really important part of any LinkedIn profile, which is the endorsement. How many people think that you have certain set of skills is really important. So, so let's say I think that I have these many skills, like social media marketing, team management, SEO, Drupal, business development, business intelligence. If you have too many skills, then the concentration will be divided. People endorsing will the votes will get divided. So it won't be way too much. So let's say had I wouldn't have had these many um, skills, and if I would have focused only on five skills, these rest of these skills, the votes on each of these would have been in a few of them. So it actually makes your profile more stronger. So it's up to you how you want to project yourself. You can either show so too many skills or too less skills. Let's say 5 to 10 skills is normal, but endorsement is something which people value, like recruiters value. So have limited amount of skills, but have good depth in those. And if you will scroll down, then these are the recommendations. So in case you have given recommendation to anyone, then it will be shown here. Like I gave a recommendation to one of my colleague. So it's nice to give recommendation to people you think are capable enough. um, so like 10 recommendation requests, like 10 people have requested me to recommend them for something on LinkedIn. So it can be generic, which can actually help people get dream job, things like that. Their new company can contact you for asking about what kind of role they had, what kind of experience you had with that person. So it's nice to have. So you should always ask more and more people to give recommendation to you on LinkedIn, because that makes your profile really strong. So accomplishments, how many experience, how many languages you know, how many certifications you earned, how many projects you had, how many tests you applied to, let's say TOEFL, IELTS, or different kind of tests. So it actually makes your profile more legit, more stronger. Then what kind of interests you have. So company pages or groups you are following will be listed here. So this is how a typical LinkedIn profile looks like. We didn't start from the top. So starting from top, this is your name. This is the kind of pitch you are making to the audience, like people who are scrolling down, searching for certain skills, let's say digital marketing. So if you have your digital marketing over here, then chances are there that your your profile will be listed on top, or on top 10. So have really targeted keywords which can help possible search people who are searching to find your profile. So something like, since I consider myself as digital marketing professional, so I have mentioned expert. There are so many people expert these days. So it's not a nice thing to mention digital marketing expert, because that phrase has lost its meaning now. So yeah, something which is relevant to your profile, which is not very common, should be added. So again, then you can mention the designation you hold in your current organization, and in case you are hiring, then you can always mention that, so people who are looking for job actively can actually contact you. So that can be useful for you as well, because more and more people will approach you for looking for possible new jobs which you can offer to them. This is very interesting. So who has viewed your profile, views of your post in the feed, and 422 weekly search appearances. So what all these means? So this is the count, which is like pretty obvious, how many people actually viewed your profile. So like, let's say whenever someone searches on LinkedIn, so how many times people actually clicked on your profile and saw your profile? Like, we scroll down from top to bottom. So how many of people uh, did that? So that is really important to do. So it says that 409 profile viewers in the past 19 days. It's about one plus 143 since last week. So where did they come from? The three are working at Paytm, seven are working at Ixola, six are working at Infosys, and 16 are having job title founder, which is very interesting, because then entrepreneurs are actually finding me and landing up on my profile. So it's really important to get connected with people who are having good designations, let's say senior VP, CEO, founder. It's good to have, although every single designation matters, but it's good to have having more and more founders in your profile as well, because that actually builds your network even more stronger. Because once they start sharing your profile or your status, it will increase your reach, and you will get connected, or your message will reach out to people you want to target. So yeah, you will save a lot of efforts in that. So 93 found you through my network, which is interesting, because what is my network? Whenever you will go to my network, this is the my network, if you can see on the top. Um, so people just scroll down to explore whosoever they get connected with. So so let's say I was appearing in their search, like the people you may know, and from there they might have clicked on my profile to get connected. Many of them didn't, many of them did. So yeah. Okay, so this is about their pitch. So LinkedIn shows you a part of the visitors name and profiles, while rest of them is only available to the premium users. Since I am not a premium user, I cannot see them, but yes, if you are a new LinkedIn user, then you will be given 30 days free premium trial. So you can, whenever you think you want to really expand your network, then you can opt for that free premium subscription. And on 29th day, in case you think that you want to unsubscribe, you can, without paying any single penny to LinkedIn. So yeah, please try that out. So now going back to home and checking out the profile. Once we are thoroughly, thorough with the profile, then we will explore different other features. So it shows 500 plus connection. So this is the location. So this is the present organization I'm working with. This is the latest education I got from, like the college name, and then the location of mine. And then even if you have 6,000 connections, it will show only 500 plus. So in case you can see 500 plus, then that means okay, that person might have even more. And I will in some time show you how you can actually see the actual number of connections one someone has on LinkedIn. Okay, so LinkedIn keeps on telling you that you have to update your profile, you have to strengthen your profile. So as it as we can see, it is showing me that okay, let's complete your info for Nasi Monche. Like what did I do? So it will eventually help me find the classmates. So if I will mention the year, then it will show me as a suggestion to all the fellow peers, classmates, alumni, that okay, I was also from the same college and you should get connected. So that actually helps, getting connected to alumni. Um, so once you're thorough with that, then we have your articles and activity. So all the articles which you have written, or the post which you have written, can be seen here. So left hand side we have see more articles. So I have written about 4 articles on LinkedIn, which is a great way to engage more and more audience. So yeah, you should write more and more articles which is related to your domain. So if you will click on it, it will take you to those article pages, and then we also have see all activity, which will show you how many on what posts I liked or I engaged with, like left a comment. So let's see the articles first. So like I wrote a book review, How They Blew It, which is a story of billionaires. Then EvoCast, which is a solution uh, by Oracle. And Evosys is the partner company of Oracle, and they are selling Oracle solutions. So that is the post which I wrote. Then most common mistake to be avoided by marketing professionals. So in case you are a marketing professional, then I believe that okay, these are the set of mistakes which every marketing professional should avoid. So I wrote that. Then I was part of Jagriti Yatra, so I shared my experience with the LinkedIn users. So if you'll click any of these, so let's say this is very close to my heart, and if you will read about it, you can see the analytics. So like 8 people liked it, one left the comment, and so I made relevant to your post, then the title, then the body, like everything you want to write and you share with the audience, which is the LinkedIn users. And then if you will scroll down, you will see um, what you will see that okay, someone has left a comment, and we can also see the number of views. So if you'll click on this, then I'm sure it will show you the analytics. So let's see. Yes. So about 203 people clicked on the Jagriti Yatra post. 8 people liked it. No such. So yeah, about 203 people actually read and clicked on the post. So that is the analytics which I'm getting. So they belong to these companies like IIT Madras as well. Nice. And what kind of job title they had. So business intelligence consultant, salesperson. Biggest audience is from Ahmedabad, Copenhagen, Seattle, Chennai. Then they were found on LinkedIn, Bing search. So every post has some analytics associated. So if you will write more and more posts, then you can see these kind of analytics, which will actually help you build more uh, more focused network, because people who are syncing with your write-ups will actually try to get connected with you. And eventually, in after writing hundreds and thousands of posts, you will become an influencer. Then thousands of people will start following you on LinkedIn. It's not an easy thing to achieve, but yes, once you are done with that, you will become an influencer which will have, let's say, millions of followers. So you don't need to be a Richard Branson. You just have to write more and more content which is related to your domain. So you have to be a master of your domain to become an influencer. Then you will have this in mark. So like we have on Facebook and Twitter, we have this star, a verified checkbox check. Likewise, on LinkedIn, we have the LinkedIn's logo next to the name of the person. Okay, so it is also showing here that okay, these many people clicked, like 161 people clicked on this post, 203 over here, 64 here, 50 here. So one should keep on sharing these on their network, so with their network, so that it the reach increases. So eventually, more and more people will actually read your posts, which is really important, to keep your audience engaged with you. Okay, so now after that we will have the activities. um, so what kind of activities I engaged with? Like I posted this on July 26th. So this is about the articles which I posted. Then posts, like what all posts I did in last few days to last few months. So I liked this, so I shared this, and that's why it is here. Then I posted this, so I can see 370 views on this particular post. I created one WhatsApp group for digital marketers. It got about 394 views. Then I shared one post which is of Nitin Kamath, who is the founder of Zerodha, which is a great company, uh, which is an investment firm. 778 views, 341 views. So it's really important to keep on sharing new and new content, which actually uh, helps you engage with people, because you're sharing something of great value with others. So yes, social media is all about sharing good content, which can help people, which can educate them about things which and which you think can be useful for others. So like talking about this particular post, I saw that okay, these are the job openings in my company, and how to share that uh, with my network, because that can be of great value to the people in my network, which is about 6,000 people are actually connected with me on LinkedIn. So even if 1% of people can get benefited out of this, then it will be a great thing to achieve. So yes, sharing things which can be of great value to the audience is important. So that is the essence of social media in general, as well as the LinkedIn. uh, so yeah, so that was about the posts. So activities are three types: articles which you posted, the posts which you did, and then all activity, which means the all the statuses which I liked, shared, commented. So every single activity, if you can see this, like Gaurang Agrawal liked, then posted something, then likes something, likes, then shared, then shared plus wrote something, likes. So it shows you every single activity which you did on LinkedIn, so that you will know, okay, or if you are finding something after, let's say, 15 days, 20 days, then it will be easier for you to find it. And all you have to do is just go to your activity section and then just click on all activity. So that was about the activities. Now going back again to the profile. So we are done with this. Views of your post in the feed. What is feed? Okay, so feed is when you go to home. This is your feed. things which are appearing in your let's say profile, as you can see over here as well, feed. So this is the feed, this is your profile's feed. So which means that 339 views of your post, that means my post appeared on people's feed 339 times, like 339 times it appeared and people actually saw it. You will never know if that was consciously or subconsciously or passively, but yes, it appeared, and LinkedIn tracks those matrices. 422 weekly search appearances, which means that whenever you search for, let's say, digital marketing, which is a very common phrase these days. So whenever you search for it, my profile appeared 422 times, which is nice because that can actually uh, help prospective customer find me and give me some business, or offer me a job, or get connected to me to find some job for that person who is searching. So it can be anything. It's just that the more visibility you have, the more people you can get connected to, and somehow that can either benefit you or them or both. So yeah, that is really important to get connected. And as you can see, the links in the background, that is all social media, getting connected with people. Update background photo is important, so you must do something which syncs with your profile. Um, Anything which can have keywords as well, let's say digital marketing, or if you are giving training somewhere, then you can have that kind of image here. Have a professional image here, not like a selfie with a hat, definitely not. It is working out well for me, so I'm not changing it. But yes, one should have a formal photograph over there. So any questions so far? Please, let's engage and ask a few questions first.
So Gaurav, Sanjay here. Tell me something. How many organizational HR actually searches for people through LinkedIn?
Huge amount of people actually search on LinkedIn. um, let's say if I'm searching digital marketing job. Okay, no, so let's imagine you are a digital marketer. You are a HR consultant who is looking for a digital marketing professional, right? So I'm just entering digital marketing, and if I will go to people, then I will see these many people. Alok Singh, Neha Anand, Krishna Soni. So the HR, what that person will do is he or she will start messaging these people. That is one way of how HRs approach prospective hires. Second is, whenever you enter any keyword which is related to your domain, let's say digital marketing is mine, C programmer, PHP programmer, Drupal programmer, you can see the first option is job requiring the skills digital marketing. So if you are someone who is searching for jobs, then you will see that okay, these are the jobs which are open, and there are people who have actually applied. So let's say first 10 applicants, be one of the first 10 applicants. One connection works here. So you will find all the jobs which are related to that keyword over here, and how these job appear. Companies actually pay LinkedIn for getting jobs here, listed here. So either they will post a status uh, that we are looking for these skills, these professionals. um, let's see how it looks like. Let's say I'm looking for digital marketing. Okay, digital marketing job. Now LinkedIn supports a hashtag, many people don't know, but LinkedIn supports it. Now if you'll search for it, what will appear is, so we have different options, right? We have people, jobs, posts, companies, groups, and schools. Groups can be important because people who are discussing about jobs, digital marketing, that link will take you to that those particular groups which are having similar conversations. Second is the most important is posts, because it will actually show you the posts which are having these keywords. So since we have looked for digital marketing and job, we can see this person is somehow related to that. So somehow he's calling that, okay, we are providing Android digital marketing jobs in Coimbatore. Second is small luxurious team looking for a digital marketing manager with a proven track record of working in luxury beauty marketing at management level. You don't know this person, yet you are able to find that person, right? So he being HR is posting a status that he is looking for this particular job with these particular skills, and here's the link to apply. So this is one of the ways to find prospective hires, and second is to pay LinkedIn for creating an ad and getting listed over here in the designated job section. That's how LinkedIn, that's how HR professionals find new recruits. Does that answer your question?
To some extent, Gaurav. So what I was trying to understand is, are there any statistics which talks about HR getting or the candidates getting hired through LinkedIn? I'll tell you. For example, you go to Naukri or you go to any other websites.
Hmm.
So most of these people will drop their resumes and the success ratio is little higher. However, LinkedIn being a very corporate site and a lot of people come for social networking
Yeah.
from a corporate perspective. So what is the numbers or percentage of hiring which happens to LinkedIn? Are there any numbers which LinkedIn has said or probably they reveal that?
I mean that is very interesting, and I don't have the statistics. But if you will Google, let's say, let's Google success ratio of getting selected, getting a job through LinkedIn. Gartner. Let's search Gartner, because Gartner is one of the most legit source of information. So there's one statistics which says that which says that you have a 1.2 percent chance of getting a job through an online, and that is something like LinkedIn. 20 shocking sales. You are not finding something substantial out of this. But what I believe is it varies. You see, let's search again, jobs and digital marketing. It depends on the number of openings company has. So let's say we are searching for jobs in digital marketing domain, right? And it is showing us, okay, this particular job now be one of the top 10 first 10 applicants, which means that less than 10% have applied. So let's say only one person has applied. So in case you apply for this organization, you will have 50% chances until now, right? So it varies from company to company, and there must be different reports which marketing analyst companies must have worked on. Uh, no, I don't have the statistics as of now, but it varies from company to company. So one has to be proactive in
Okay.
applying
Thanks.
in multiple companies to get a job. In on LinkedIn or sorry, on Naukri.com, Monster.com, you will get a lot of inquiries, yes, but even then the success ratio is less. Many of the um, job posters are actually HR consulting firms. They further share your profile to their customers. So yes, if someone is looking for jobs, then they should apply to all different channels, and LinkedIn is one of the channels where you can actually talk to people who are actually working in the organization. So it increases the possibility of getting connected. Like I got the job through LinkedIn, so I know that it works.
Okay.
Any other question? Anything at all, like why we use LinkedIn, what is it all about, should we really use LinkedIn, is it helpful for mechanical, people in mechanical engineering domain, anything.
Hey, Gaurang, Satya here.
Hi Satya.
Hey, thanks that you are sharing some very valuable and important info. I was just trying to understand if at all I do have a small startup
Yeah,
and I would like to promote it through LinkedIn.
sure.
Is there a way to do it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what kind of startup you have, can you please tell me about it?
Oh yeah, actually we do have a small startup into organic sector. Actually, we are in the supplying side, not into cultivation one.
Okay.
So, I would like to promote that one.
Okay.
So I was just wondering, Facebook is the only one through which we can do. But at the same time, I was thinking that, LinkedIn is also a professional site where we can promote it. So,
Sure.
but I don't know how to do it.
Sure, not a problem. Okay, so yeah, since yours is into agriculture, right? Like,
Correct.
right. So I don't think LinkedIn will be a right platform for you because, see, from marketing perspective, you have to understand or you have to ask yourself where is your target audience, right? LinkedIn
Yeah.
is full of people who are not into agriculture. Like majority of them are into either IT or some engineering domain or some, not definitely not IT, not agriculture. So I what I believe is you will find your target audience on Facebook much more than on LinkedIn. So you should focus
Mm-hmm.
on getting on Facebook and promoting there. Um you can join different groups which are specific to agriculture. Even on LinkedIn there are those kind of groups. I will, if you can share your profile, like what your business does, I can share it to my Jagriti Yatra thing, because there are so many people who are into agriculture domain, and agriculture is one of the verticals in that. So that is one way of outreaching to the target audience. uh, so yeah, try Facebook. You will find many groups there. uh, Try leveraging these hashtags, let's say agriculture, right? Just a second, agriculture. So in case you want to get connected with the agriculture future of America, then LinkedIn can help you, because agriculture in other countries is so advanced that people from agriculture domain are actually on LinkedIn, right? So in case your business is pretty international types, you can talk to these people. You can click their company page, you can try to know about what they do, and then you can just try to follow them so that you can get some insights from them, and then you can know what all people actually work there. You can just click on likes. Then you can try sending some connection request to these people, and if that goes through and they get connected to you, then you can talk to them or share your details. So as a startup, even if LinkedIn is not relevant for me, I will still go to all three platforms: LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and start posting something of great value. Let's say, so like yours is a service based is yours is a service based or product based business?
No, in fact, actually, ours is both, service and product.
Both. Okay.
Yeah.
So then you can share product photographs, what kind of product it has, what kind of different features it has. uh, Keep on sharing those on linked on these platforms, and keep on searching for similar content which is being shared, and get connected with people who are actually talking something related to your product. uh, Try to engage with them by clicking, commenting, retweeting, or resharing, things like that. That will help you build your audience, target audience. That will help you get more followers for you, and then you can so once your message is getting across, you will start receiving some kind of inquiries. So we call them inbound inquiries, and that is great way to get business. But since it
Uh,
huh.
Yeah, thanks, Gaurav. I think the inputs that you have provided. I'll definitely look into that, and if at all I'll have further doubts, then I'll definitely get back to you.
Yeah, perfect.
Thanks.
Samir, do you have any question? Right. So since many people didn't join, what we'll do is we will have another session, let's say tomorrow or day after, and we will discuss everything we have discussed till yet, till so far, and then we will add more and more pointers, which can be of great help. Meanwhile, I will also research about how, what are the different ways of promoting agriculture related product lines or services. Uh, yes. So if you have more questions, you can ask now, or you can just write it down, and we will explore more such uh, possible questions. Or yeah.
Hello.
Hi, Samir.
Hey, Gaurav. Yeah, hi. Sorry, I was in a call.
Sure, not a problem.
Gaurang, my question is, you just mentioned like to become an influencer, you need to post around 1,000 posts.
I mean, that is not a fixed figure. Well, it can be definitely
Yeah.
more than that, or even less than that.
No, is that the exact criteria which is required to
No,
become an influencer,
no, it is
or
not.
anything else is there besides to this post?
Yeah, so anyone who is an influencer is a kind of mentor, right? Like someone who has strong grasp over the subject. So if we are talking about Richard Branson is the person who started 200 different companies in different domains. So he knows how to start and stop business extremely well. Like that is the kind of behavior he has developed. Like, starting and how to start a successful business. So he has mastered that subject. Now, if I want to be a digital marketing influencer, then I have to showcase my prowess. Like, why I am so capable. What do I have to substantiate the fact that I am an influencer? People should be following me. Why? So how will they follow me? If they have seen results. So let's say if I am leading digital marketing operations in a big Fortune 500 company, then that means that I have strong knowledge about the domain. Now if I'm silent about my knowledge, then I won't become an influencer. If I'm sharing my knowledge bits with thousands of people, and if they're liking it, then in their view I am a strong entity, a kind of authoritative personality who is worth following. And that's when I become a follower, when lots of people who are looking for certain guidance in specific area or domain start following me. So when you're creating more and more content, when you're providing more and more useful information to people, plus you have shown that your track record, that okay, you have been through the early stages to mid stages to advanced, like to expertise, then you become influencer. So if I will go to influencer section, I can see these three influencers. There are so many influencers. Let's say Richard Branson is one who has mastered the art of business, how to start one. Then we have Bill Gates, who have mastered how to start a software company and make it to $1 billion company. Then we have Jeff Weiner, who is the CEO of LinkedIn, who started LinkedIn. So what it takes to build a great social network. So these are having millions of followers. Why? Because they have shown that okay, we have built a million or $1 billion company, or we are in we are heading operations in Fortune 500, and that's when people start trusting you. So eventually it takes 5 to 10 years, or to 15 to 20 years. Let's say Bill Gates is about 50 to 60 years old. Richard Branson is around that age, or maybe 40 to 60. Jeff Weiner is must be 30 to 50. Jack Welch is about 50 to 70 or 80. Raina Huffington is must be between 35 and 60 or 50. So she is, I believe, founder of Huffington. Jack Welch is the chairperson of Jack Welch Management Institute. He must be much more than that. So So yes, you need to post a lot of content, but you have to have some solid background. The solid background, as in like the career, the experience you have. Like when I showed my experience, I have experience of working in 5 different organizations for different tenures. So I got variety of experience. So I can connect the engineering domain with marketing, which is not a cup of tea for so many people. Then I have experience of connecting digital marketing with Oracle, which is again very different domain, because as a marketeer you might not be a engineer, right? So mixing two different domains. So so you have to showcase that, okay, you have gone through a learning process, and you have displayed your expertise over the matter, and that's when people start to following you, and that's when and after rigorous engagement with audience, you then build your fan following. So right now, let's say I have 6,000 followers or 6,000 connections. After 2 3 years I will have 15,000 connections, and after that, after 5 years I will have 20,000 connections. Eventually after 10 years I will have, let's say, 100,000 followers, and that's when I will become an influencer. So it's a long way to go. There will be a long journey. Everyone goes through that journey. Bill Gates took about 40 years to reach to that influencer level. And you can see this guy Jack Welch. He's about 60, so he must have worked for at least 40 years. Jeff Weiner must have worked for 15 years. So it takes, let's say, not less than 10 years to become an influencer on LinkedIn like platform, or any platform for that matter. So does that help
Okay.
your question?
Yeah, definitely. And here my next question is, is there any limit? Like in Facebook, there is a limit of 5,000, I think,
Yes.
for in your friends list.
Yes.
So, is there any kind of limit for to get connected with people?
The maximum I have seen is 50,000 on LinkedIn, 50,000 connections, and after that, people can only follow you. Make maximum LinkedIn connections. So let me just Google it just to verify it. I mean, last I've seen was 50,000. So okay, so this says 30,000 is the maximum connections you can have. So yeah, that's
Okay,
a pretty big deal. So
okay,
I,
okay.
huh,
So my
yes,
next question is something different, something
sure,
out of the box, out of the topic.
sure.
Like how to get that motivation to write more and more content in LinkedIn. Because like we have a busy work schedule. Then after this, we have our own responsibilities, family responsibilities, and
Yes.
apart from that, our MBA is also there. So how to get that motivation and spend more time to write more content?
Sure. So, see, whenever you're traveling, how do you commute? Can you tell me? How do you commute to your workplace?
By metro or by cab.
Sure. Uh, w- so in both ways to commute, you don't actually drive, right? So you have lots of idle time there. What do you do in that?
uh, Discussion with other people's around.
Okay, so yes, that is one of the sure. So I understand, you're talking to peers, talking to new strangers, making them friends is one way uh, to build connection and pass the time. That time can also be used for writing, for retrospecting what you did so far during the day, what new things you learned related to your domain, and jotting those down on your phone or on your diary, and that can be converted into a content. So either it can be done in the morning or in the evening when you're going back to your home, and that's when you can write those 3 pointers which you learned during the day, which is related to your domain, which you think can be valuable for your LinkedIn audience. It can be as simple as you got a prize or some kind of recognition in your office, or you praised somebody and how that person felt. It is not related to it is not necessarily be related to your achievement, your domain, but can be of related to your experience. So yes, you will get lots of you will get ample of time during the commuting. during lunch hours, in between your work. That's when you can write that content on your paper, or notes application, and after spending 5 to 10 minutes you can refine it and post it on LinkedIn. It doesn't need to be fancy. You can just post 3 4 lines on LinkedIn, which will ensure that okay, your profile is active. Now, talking about the article, the long article, you can write it weekly or fortnightly. So after writing 3 4 lines every day, you will have at least uh, you know if you're working 5 days, then you will have at least 10 to 15 lines. uh, you can elaborate it further, and that will become an article which you can post on LinkedIn.
End of the week, it will become an article.
Yes, so you don't need to work in one go. You can just you can just keep on writing 3 4
Right,
lines, and it just takes 5 to 10 minutes of thought process.
right, right.
So, so,
Okay.
so no need to spend hours in that. You can just spend 5 to 10 or 15 minutes in retrospecting. You can also engage your peers, and if you guys are connected, then you can then he can post something, and you can post something, and you can cross like and cross post comment. That will again help you build more content, because whenever you're leaving a comment, you're actually creating a content. So interestingly, content is has become very fancy, but it's just that the things which you're talking about or which you're thinking, all you have to do is write that down or type it down and share it with people, and that is your content. Content is nothing fancy.
Right, right. Okay. So here my last question is like whenever we are requesting someone for recommendation, people actually are known about this recommendation thing in
Sure.
LinkedIn. Most of the people. So whenever we are requesting people, they're they don't want to spend that much of time to write something related to me in my page, my profile. So here my question is like how to get more recommendation from
Yeah,
people.
sure. Can you do one thing? Can you start giving recommendation to 15 people, 15 to 20 people in next 30 days? Can you do that? Like one recommendation per day?
Sure.
So if you will recommend it, if you will leave 30 recommendation in to 30 different people, you will have made at least 30 people happy, and they will go and tell that to everyone and that will help you get at least one recommendation for sure. See, people are good in general. That it's just that you have to make others happy, and then they will help you. Then they will help you and make you happy. So give, and take. That is the line by Gary Vaynerchuk. You have to give a lot and then expect a little, and that's the way to build strong network. You have to keep on giving things, keeping giving values. Eventually, one fine day, someone will see that okay, you have given 30 recommendation. You worked really good while I was working with you. Let's recommend you. Let's leave a recommendation. people
Good.
People return good good feelings when they have received in plenty. So
Yeah,
try
it
to.
feels good.
Yeah, so if you will start recommending, people will be super joyful.
Available.
Yeah, so start making people's day by giving them recommendation, right? Like I gave one recommendation, I felt so happy, he felt so happy. So that actually helps them grow in their career. So you are helping them, and they will someone from your network, when they will see that okay, you have helped so many people, they will return the favor. And networking is all about giving, and then someone returns the favor eventually. So yes, that is the key, and that's how you will build your recommendation.
Right, right. Okay. So one more question. Whenever we are trying to get connected with someone
Yeah.
to whom we don't know, at that point of time, actually, there is an option like whether he or she is your colleague, or he or she is your school friend or college friend, something like that.
Hmm.
So in that case, we are uh, 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 selecting the field of like friend. There is a option friend
Yeah. Yes.
whenever we are trying to get connected with some unknown person.
Hmm.
So is it the right way to approach someone to get connected
Okay, that is a tricky question.
by selecting the friend option? But
Yeah.
because here we don't know that person, I
Uh,
don't know that person,
right.
but I just wanted to get connected with him. So
Yeah.
is it the right approach?
See, when you are blindly approaching someone, so you have to understand what is your motivation behind connecting with that particular person. Um, so I will give you example. I really wanted to get connected with the Zerodha CEO because I liked his thoughts. I loved the way he wrote, and he posted one post recently which was about how he stood day long on very sunny day outside his very not so fancy stall. Now he's a multi-millionaire, but back then he was just a salesperson or maybe a new startup guy. uh, I really love that post. I shared that, and I sent a connection request, sharing that okay, you are kind of my inspiration because you uh, because of that post, and as a fellow as an aspiring entrepreneur, I really foresee you as my mentor, as a guru, and I really want to learn from you as passively and actively. Somehow he must have read it, he might have liked it, he accepted the request, and we got connected. Now I have the CEO of Zerodha as my connection. That is one. What I was seeking was his guidance, maybe passively, maybe actively, through LinkedIn. Whenever he posts, I will receive the updates. So that was my motivation to get connected because I liked his thoughts. Now, if you're approaching blindly someone, it's not a right practice. You have to know your intention behind that. If that is purely sales, then you should then you have to understand that okay, no one likes a salesperson, like purely salesperson. So you have to provide them some kind of value. So either you are foreseeing them as a valuable connection, and if they foresee you as a valuable connection, then they will accept it. Second is, if you are approaching them as a guru, like as a possible mentee, like I want to get guidance from you, then they will like it because then they are kind of honored that okay, someone is approaching me for guidance, let's be good to that person and let's accept the uh, connection request. That is another way. So yeah, you have to be clear about your
Here,
motivation, and accordingly you have to calibrate your pitch. At times I send a friend request, but uh, that doesn't work in the C level connection request, but it works in mid level or uh, junior level ranks, designations.
see, here, as per your example, that person is a big person. He has a
Yes,
very big person.
sure.
Okay. But there are some cases like currently I'm working as a BA, okay,
Right.
and I just wanted to get connected with some other BA, some other company.
Hmm.
So in this case, he or she might have experience of 4 to 5 years or 6 years. I have experience of 4 years. Okay,
Right.
so in this case, uh, is it the right approach to get connected in that way?
Depends. Do you how serious are you how valuable is that connection to you? If that connection is very valuable to you, add a personal note to that connection request. If it is a random request, connection request, leave it as friend. If you have met that person, then definitely add the tag that okay, we met here and there, and it would be nice connecting with you, something like that. So it depends how serious you are. uh, Adding a personal note at least increases your probability to get connected. But if you are randomly adding adding people in your network, then it doesn't matter. Just send, keep on sending friend, friend, friend. Yeah. They won't know it because LinkedIn just shows you the connection request. And if someone has added the personalized message, then it shows in that connection request. So uh, it's okay to not have a personal note, but as far as senior level professionals are concerned, it's great to have a personal note. Very important, because they have hundreds of requests pending, and to stand out, you have to add a personal note. And if possible, try following on LinkedIn, try reading their activities, and try commenting and leaving a comment, so that they will know, okay, you are this person, and let's get connected to that person. Because you talk to, see, suppose you are standing in a bus, queue for bus, and you have said, hi to a person, to a random stranger, and now you have strike the conversation, and you talk for a while, and then you left. Next day, uh, when you are boarding a bus, the person you talked for a minute will come and sit next to you. So, someone prefers uh, less stranger than absolute stranger. You're getting my point. So if you have
Right.
increased a kind of familiarity with that person, even by engaging, by commenting or just writing, it was an excellent post, thank you so much. uh, People like appreciation so much that they will remember your name even for some time. They will, and instantly you can send the connection request. That is one of the ways of approaching it. Just to make it more stronger case, you can keep on engaging for 15 to 20 days, or maybe a month or a week, or yeah, I mean, then send the connection request. It depends. So you have to experiment that by yourself. Like I do that all the time. So yeah, you can also do that.
Okay. So, okay, how fruitful it will be to accept known friend request in LinkedIn,
There is no harm.
unknown
There is no harm.
connection in,
So
because we are not doing this in Facebook.
yeah, so Facebook is because it's ultra personal, and people can actually stalk you. On LinkedIn, your personal information is very limited, so you won't share anything which is sensitive. You might not want to get connected with profiles which are having company's name, or are looking spammy, as in like the name is Indian, but every detail is very random. So if someone is from Chandigarh, and if someone is writing a college in Africa, then it looks very illegit. So you have to identify if the profile is genuine, and if it is genuine, and if you see that experience is something which is nice, or which is at least legit, you can get connected. There is no harm in that, because if they start liking uh, your posts, then your reach will increase, and that will be valuable for you. So see, I have 6,000 connections, but I am getting only 422 weekly appearances, or 103 views on post. Had it been 300, I would have got 3. You're seeing the ratio.
Yeah,
No, no
right.
one is no one is online all the time. It's just that more connection actually helps you, broadcasting your message to wider audience, and that is very helpful.
Okay. Okay, Gaurav, this is all from my side. Thanks a lot.